Hey y'all, welcome back to Med Talk by Galloway-Sands Pharmacy. I'm Brad, and sitting with me as always is my partner in myth-busting, Kassidy. This week at the pharmacy we saw something that happens every single year around this time. As soon as cold and flu season ramps up, so do the questions about immunity.
Hey there, glad to be here, Brad. I think we heard immune booster about 10 times just yesterday? Folks are serious about finding that magic pill this time of year.
Oh, absolutely. It's like clockwork when cold and flu season starts up. And I get it. People come up and ask if more vitamin C means better protection or what'll keep them from getting sick. But here's the deal. Science doesn't even define immune boosting. The big groups like NIH and CDC, they talk about supporting or balancing the immune system, not boosting it. That's a really important difference.
Yeah, I think boosting makes it sound like you could just crank your immune system up, like turning up a thermostat. But what if you crank it too high?
Exactly. An overactive immune system can actually be risky. Think more inflammation, or even triggering things like allergies or autoimmune problems. So when the experts talk about immune function, they want balance. Enough cells and nutrients, normal inflammation, that sort of thing. And randomized controlled trials, those gold standard studies, actually show that unless you've got a deficiency, most supplements don't move the needle.
So today we're asking a simple question with a complicated answer. Can you really boost your immune system, or is there a better way to think about immune health?
Let's start with the science. The immune system isn't a single organ or switch. It's a network of cells, tissues, and signaling pathways that work together to defend your body. From an evidence standpoint, there is no clinical definition of immune boosting. That's important. Yeah, and the labels get you. Supports immune defense, which sounds promising, but that's not the same as, saying it'll prevent a cold. It's clever wording. Sometimes natural-sounding stuff feels safer than a medicine, but that's not always true either. Most research and guidelines, including those from the National Institutes of Health and the CDC, talk about immune function or immune optimization, not boosting.
So what's the difference?
Boosting implies turning the immune system up, like increasing volume, but an overactive immune system can actually be harmful, contributing to inflammation, autoimmune conditions, and allergies. What science supports instead is immune balance. High-dose zinc can upset your stomach and mess with other minerals. Too much vitamin D? Now you're talking about calcium issues. And elderberry, well, elderberry's got good marketing, not a lot of proof. These things can affect folks differently, and sometimes they can interact with the meds you're already taking.
And the biggest myth, honestly, that these immune boosters can vanish a cold overnight. I wish that were true.
When researchers study immune health, they focus on adequate nutrient levels, normal immune cell function, and appropriate inflammatory responses. The strongest evidence comes from randomized controlled trials, systematic reviews and meta-analyses, and public health guidelines. And here's a key statistic that surprises many people. In otherwise healthy adults, most immune supplements show little to no benefit unless there is a documented deficiency.
So if people can't just boost immunity, what should they focus on instead?
Think of immunity like a system that needs support, not stimulation. So that brings us to what's actually, useful. Sleep, balanced meals, washing your hands, keeping up with your vaccines, those are the basics. If there's a gap, like a true deficiency in your diet, okay, that's when a supplement can play a role. If you've got a proven deficiency or your diet's missing something, maybe you just can't eat enough for some reason, supplements can help. But if you're just grabbing a handful of gummies, that doesn't replace good sleep or steady meals. Something I always like to ask at the counter, how have you been sleeping? Have you been eating regular meals? Sometimes just shifting that focus helps folks way more than a pill.
That surprises a lot of customers, especially when they expect one product to do everything.
Exactly. There is no supplement that replaces lifestyle factors or vaccines. Supplements can fill gaps, not override biology. I remember that regular customer, actually. She came in wanting the newest immune support product, but after a quick chat, she realized it was her late-night snacking and lack of rest making her feel run down. A little encouragement to get more sleep and regular meals, and she was already feeling better a week later.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with supplements when they're needed, but we gotta recognize when it's about habits, not just something off the shelf. And if your symptoms are changing or lasting too long, always better to check in with the healthcare provider.
We talk a lot about the body as a system, so let's zoom out. Regular physical activity does a ton for the immune system, gets blood moving, reduces stress, can even help you sleep better at night. Doesn't have to be some fancy gym thing. A walk, a bike ride, chasing grandkids at the park. And managing stress is huge. Chronic stress can actually suppress immune function, which messes with all those great cells your body makes to keep you healthy. I like recommending things like regular downtime, maybe meditation, craft projects, time with horses. Okay, that one's a bit personal. But any hobby that helps you unwind makes a real impact.
One misconception I hear a lot is, if some is good, more must be better.
That's a dangerous assumption. High doses of zinc can cause nausea and interfere with copper absorption. Excess vitamin D can lead to calcium imbalance. Herbal supplements can interact with prescription medications. And let's not forget, routines matter. Setting realistic goals. You're not going to overhaul your life in a week, and you don't need to. But small, steady changes, like winding down before bed or adding some veggies to your plate, those are the habits that stick and keep your immune system steady in the long run.
Right. Don't aim for perfect. Aim for consistent. That's the goal.
So what does this really look like day to day? Build yourself a routine that fits your life instead of chasing quick fixes. Good sleep, please. Balanced meals, finding a few activities you genuinely enjoy for movement, and real stress management. Those habits give you way more immune support than a drawer full of supplement bottles. Add a couple extra veggies at dinner, or just actually get to bed at a decent time. I like tracking habits. Nothing fancy, just a notepad or phone reminder to see what's working versus what's wishful thinking. Over time, you see patterns, and you can tweak as you go.
And if you're ever unsure what's right for you, that's where your pharmacy comes in.
Exactly. And don't get discouraged if you slip up. Every week's a new chance to make a small improvement. We see it all the time in the pharmacy. Folks who build up those little wins end up feeling better, not just avoiding illness, but living fuller lives.
No one's routine is perfect, Brad. Definitely not mine, but the progress adds up. So keep it realistic and check in with yourself along the way.
All right, last thing before we wrap up. You gotta be a smart buyer. Before you reach for a supplement, check if there's good research behind it. Look at the source. Anyone can print clinically proven on a bottle, but that doesn't mean it holds up in real studies.
And food still wins, honestly. If you're eating plenty of fruits, veggies, and whole grains, you're getting what your immune system needs without the risk of too much or weird side effects. Supplements have their place, but they don't beat a balanced diet.
Plus, supplements can mess with other meds or cause side effects, especially if you're taking big doses. Always let your pharmacist or doctor know what else you're using so they can spot early warnings before there's a problem. Personalized advice beats a guess every time.
So thanks for hanging out with us for another round of Med Talk. Remember, your immune system doesn't need boosting. It just needs steady support.
And if there's ever a question, supplements, prescriptions, immune health, or just how to tweak your routine, we're here for you. Come see us at the pharmacy or give us a ring. More myths and more answers coming in future episodes, so don't go too far.
Thanks, Brad. Always a pleasure chatting with you. See you next time, everyone.
Take care, y'all, and thanks for joining us today. Bye for now.
If you have questions about supplements, medications, or immune health, visit or call Galloway-Sands Pharmacy. Supply. Location. 58 Physicians Doctor N West No. 5, Supply, North Carolina. Open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can call us at 910-754-7200. And Southport Location. 1513 North Howe Street, No. 8, Southport, North Carolina. Open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And you can call at 910-454-9090.